Why you can't understand TV and movies without subtitles and how to fix that. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ajay, and today I want to share my tips and tricks for learning English, specifically through watching TV shows and movies. This is a problem many of us face. We turn on the TV, eager to watch something in English, but we struggle to understand what we hear. This was a big issue for me when I started learning English. In the beginning, I would choose a show in English and start watching it, but soon I realized I couldn't recognize the words the actors were saying without turning on the subtitles. It felt frustrating because I thought I was supposed to understand everything without help. I believed that using subtitles was a sign of failure. I remember sitting on my couch, excited to watch my favorite show, only to be disappointed because I couldn't keep up with the dialogue. The actors spoke so fast and the words seemed to blend into each other. I kept thinking, why can't I understand this? Am I doing something wrong? It was discouraging, but then I discovered something that changed my perspective. Subtitles can be incredibly helpful. They helped me improve my listening skills and understand more words in English. So let me share my personal experience and some tips that helped me along the way. Using subtitles was a game changer. When I watched shows with English subtitles, I could see the exact words being spoken and their meanings. This helped me understand pronunciation, context, and even grammar. I realized that subtitles were not a crutch, but a tool to aid my learning. One of the first challenges I faced was the speed and pronunciation of native speakers. They talk so fast. When you're just starting to learn a language, this can be very confusing. I realized that native speakers often talk at a natural pace, which is much faster than what I'm used to. This rapid pace makes it hard to catch individual words and phrases. So what did I do to overcome this? Well, initially I stopped watching those fast-paced shows. I knew I wasn't ready to understand everything. Instead, I turned to YouTube. I started watching educational videos by native speakers or people with a high level of English. These videos were slower and clearer, which made it easier for me to learn. Watching educational content on YouTube helped me build a foundation. I watched videos where people told stories, explained vocabulary, or discussed grammar rules. This way, I was learning at a manageable pace. I realized that sometimes you have to step back and find content that matches your current level. For instance, I set a goal for myself. I wanted to read an entire book in English, but I knew my level wasn't high enough yet. So I started with short articles and easier books meant for language learners. Gradually, I increased the difficulty level. One day I felt ready to watch the popular TV show, Friends. Many people recommend it for English learners, but I found it challenging. The actors spoke quickly and used a lot of slang, so I paused again and went back to watching educational videos on YouTube. Another difficulty was understanding idioms and slang. TV shows and movies often include phrases that aren't taught in traditional language classes. These can be very confusing for language learners. Every time I watched a show, I made sure to use English subtitles. This way, I could see the idioms and slang used in context. If I didn't understand something, I would pause, look it up, and even create flashcards to memorize it later. Over time, I started recognizing these phrases and understanding them better. For example, one time I was watching a show and I heard the phrase, break a leg. I had no idea what it meant. I paused the show, looked it up, and learned that it's an idiom used to wish someone good luck. These little discoveries made learning fun and engaging. Using subtitles was a game changer for me. It allowed me to see the exact words being spoken and their meanings. When I encountered a new word or phrase, I would pause, look it up, and create a flashcard. This way, I could review and remember it later. Subtitles helped me not only with vocabulary, but also with pronunciation and context. I highly recommend using subtitles when watching anything in a foreign language. They are an invaluable tool that makes the learning process more manageable and effective. One platform that helped me immensely is Lingapie. It's designed specifically for language learners who want to watch TV shows and movies while improving their language skills. Lingapie.com offers interactive subtitles that provide instant translations with just a click. They also have built-in flashcards and quizzes to reinforce learning. If I don't know a word, I can click on it, and it gives me an instant translation. Plus, it creates a flashcard for me to review later. This makes learning new words and phrases effortless and fun. Another challenge I faced was understanding different accents and dialects. English has many regional accents, and it can be tough to understand them all, even for native speakers. As a language learner, it's important not to be too hard on yourself if you don't understand every accent right away. In the beginning, I focused on one accent, American English. I watched movies and shows where people spoke with an American accent. Once I felt more confident, I started exposing myself to other accents, like British English. This gradual approach helped me build my listening skills without feeling overwhelmed. I remember the first time I tried watching a British show. The accents were different, and I struggled at first. But I reminded myself that it was okay to find it difficult. I kept practicing, and eventually I could understand it better. Movies and TV shows often include cultural references that might be unfamiliar to us. These references can make it harder to understand the content. To tackle this, I tried to immerse myself in the culture as much as possible. I watched popular American shows and movies, listened to their music, and read about their history. This helped me understand the context better. I also accepted that I wouldn't get every joke or reference, and that's okay. It's part of the learning process. For example, I started watching The Office, a popular American TV show. At first, I didn't understand all the jokes and cultural references. But as I watched more episodes and read about American culture, I started getting more of the humor and context. Here are some practical tips and techniques that help me improve my understanding of English through TV shows and movies. Number 1, start with subtitles. Always start with subtitles in the target language. This helps you see and understand the words being spoken. Number 2, pause and rewind. Don't be afraid to pause and rewind if you don't understand something. This gives you time to look up words and phrases. Number 3, use flashcards. Create flashcards for new words and phrases. This helps reinforce your learning and makes it easier to remember. Number 4, choose appropriate content. Select content that matches your current level. Educational videos and children's shows are great starting points. Number 5, gradual exposure. Gradually expose yourself to different accents and dialects. Start with one accent and then move on to others as you become more confident. Number 6, immerse in culture. Immerse yourself in the culture of the language you're learning. Watch popular shows, listen to music, and read about the culture to understand the context better. Number 7, practice regularly. Consistency is key. Practice regularly, even if it's just for a short time each day. This helps build and reinforce your skills over time. Reflecting on my journey, I realize how far I've come. from struggling to understand a single word to enjoying TV shows without subtitles. It's been a rewarding experience. I remember the frustration and the moments when I wanted to give up, but pushing through those challenges made me stronger. One of my proudest moments was when I watched an entire episode of Friends without subtitles and understood almost everything. It felt like a huge achievement and motivated me to keep going. If you're struggling with understanding TV shows and movies in English, know that you're not alone. It's a common challenge for language learners, but with patience and the right strategies, you can overcome it. Use subtitles, choose the right content, and immerse yourself in the culture. Remember, every step you take brings you closer to your goal. Don't be discouraged by setbacks. Language learning is a journey with ups and downs. Learning a new language is a journey, and it's okay to take it one step at a time. Using subtitles, focusing on educational content, and gradually increasing the difficulty level helped me a lot. If you enjoyed this story but find understanding English a bit difficult, don't worry. We have something special for you. Don't miss this motivational video called Why You Are Not Fluent in English or Zero to Hero in English. It will help you stay motivated and continue improving your English. And friends, for feedback, please comment or let me know which country you're watching from. I'm looking forward to your replies. See you there.